A very interesting session. We are going to talk about the Spearman rank correlation. It's going to talk about the coefficient of rank correlation between. This is the formula that you have to keep in your mind in Spearman's rank coefficient. We are not just going with the values, but we are going with the rank. Advertisement and sales are quite closely related. Good morning and welcome to the third session on Chapter 7 Correlation in Economics. A very interesting session. We are going to talk about the Spearman rank correlation. This is a very interesting session. Why? Because you need to understand in this session we are going to do a very practical problem and we are going to find out the implication of Spearman rank correlation in everyday analysis, especially in economics. So just moving forward, these are the topics that we are going to see here. A very simple and a short session that we are going to just present ourselves more towards the Spearman rank correlation. We're going to look into a problem and to a solution there. So let's have a quick look into the session. This is the problem that is being presented to us. It's going to talk about the coefficient of rank correlation between sales and advertisement. Now this is very interesting. Why? Because every day in the newspaper you see some or the other advertisement. If you just go back, think from a company standpoint, are you able to generate the equal amount of sales to the amount that is being spent on advertisement? So that becomes a challenging situation or a challenging question for most of the companies today. Why? Because you are not just investing money, but you are also investing a lot amount of time and energy in order for the sales to pick up. So just using that concept, we have a problem here where we are going to understand the relationship between the sales and advertisement. So let's have a quick look into the problem. The sales figures are being given: 90, 85, 68, 75, 82, 80, 95 and 70. For the advertisement, 7, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 and 1. So you have the numbers with you that has been presented to you as the problem. Now moving forward, the formula that is being given. This is the formula that you have to keep in your mind when we are talking about the Spearman coefficient. Now again, here when I use that Spearman rank coefficient R of R, you need to understand it is first a small r and then a capital R. All these notations are very important when it comes to economics. Why? Because all the small words will definitely have an impact in terms of your results and your answer. So we need to understand these things very carefully. So what is the formula? The Spearman rank coefficient is given by 1 minus 6 summation of di squared divided by n into n squared. So this is again important. Most of the time it is very common that people just write it down n into n minus 1. It is n into n squared minus 1. That is the formula that you need to keep in your mind. Now moving forward, the solution. Let's take the sales as X factor here and let's take the advertisement as the Y factor. So what we are going to do here is that write down in a tabular presentation all the values of sales under the X column. So you will be able to see that has been written here in the format of X and all the advertisement in the form of Y. Now the rank of the sales, we have to find out the rank. Please understand, in Spearman's rank coefficient, we are not just going with the values, but we are going with the rank. So you need to rank it. If you start ranking it, you will see that this is at the number 2 position, number 3, number 8 position, 6th position, 4th position, 5th position and 95 being the top, so that gathers the first position, and 70 on the 7th position. So that's how it has been ranked. Now let's do the ranking for the advertisement also. 2nd position, this comes to 3rd, 7th position, 6th position, 5th position, 4, 1 and 8. Now you have ranked the sales and advertisement under 2 separate columns. So this is how the step we have done until now. Now let's do the deviation part here. So di is equal to x I minus yi, that is the sales minus advertisement. If you do it, you will be able to get the values 0, 0, 1, 0, minus 1, 1, 0 and 1. So if you try to total up, the value comes to a 0 value here. So you just need to do the square of it. Add the square of it, the total value that you will get is 4. Now when you're doing the square, I've always told you, please do not bother about the minus. All you need to do just the squaring part of it. So the di squared value will be 4 here. Now let's move forward and try to understand the solution again. Now, since n is equal to 8, because there were 8 variables that was given to us, the x factor, that is x also had 8 and y also had 8. So total number of observations is 8. Summation d squared is 4. The above formula, when we start applying the formula that we saw, that is what we are going to apply. 1 minus 6 summation d I squared divided by n into n squared minus 1. This is the formula that we are going to apply. So let's start applying. 1 minus 6 into summation di squared, we got it as 4. So 6 into 4 divided by, this is a separate factor, divided by, we are going to see 8 into 8 squared minus 1. So that's the answer we are trying to get here is 1 minus 0.0476. So when you subtract from this, you will get the value as 0.95. So again, the Spearman rank correlation says that advertisement and sales are quite closely related. So that's why we are able to get a correlation value which is almost linear in the direction. Now let's have a quick recap into the problem one more time, because it's very easy, very efficient and very scoring in terms of the exam standpoint. So just going back to the problem and the formula which we need to know, this is the formula on which we are going to do here, and the problem that was given to us was sales versus advertisement. So if you look here, there are 8 observations on sales, 8 observations on the advertisement. Using the formula that was given to you, this is the formula for the Spearman rank coefficient, 1 minus 6 into summation di squared divided by n into n squared minus 1. So how we are going to solve the problem? We are going to first write down the sales under the x column, the advertisement under the y column, get the ranking done for sales separately, for advertisement separately. Then we are going to find out the deviation factor, the d factor difference here, and then do the di squared. Once we have the values with us, we are just going to go and put it across in the formula when we have done it here. Once you have done the formula, just by putting it under that, you will get the answer as R value is equal to 0.95, which is pretty much within the range. That means that we have done the problem right, and the most important thing, advertisements and sales are in a linear relationship altogether. So now moving forward, we come to the conclusion of this great chapter, correlation. So what is that we have understood from correlation altogether? The first thing is that we have discussed some techniques for studying the relationship between two variables, particularly the linear relationship. So if you look today, in most of the cases, the concept of economics can be understood only when you are able to establish a relationship between the variables. Like when I say GDP, when I say cost, demand, supply, price, all these things have a relationship. They are interrelated in the economy. It cannot be looked separately. So if the GDP has to increase, if the GDP is decreasing, there are certain factors that are closely related to the GDP that can be understood only when you are able to connect and study. So that's where correlation forms the most important part of the studying factor. The next one, we spoke about scatter diagram, which was a very interesting topic, and that tried to give us the relationship of how closely each and every variable are related, and also moment the variation is too far from the axis. That means to say that they are unrelated. The scatter diagram is a graphical representation, so no numerical formulas or problem over there. We just try to understand how close they are related, the two variables x and y, and how we are able to get them along the line. Next, we move to Karl Pearson's coefficient of correlation and the Spearman rank, which was trying to measure the relationship among the variables. As I have already told, the most important factor that we need to keep in our mind when we are talking about Karl Pearson and the Spearman rank is that we need to get a range. Especially in Karl Pearson, if you are getting a value between -1 to +1, then automatically your answer is right. You are able to detect the value well within the range. But if you are getting a value which is beyond this range and this range, that means there is some error in calculation. No need to worry. Please have a quick look into your problem. There might be a small mistake in terms of calculation. You can correct it and you can get back so that you score full marks in Karl Pearson method as well as in the Spearman rank coefficient method. The other things that we learned today was when the variables cannot be measured precisely, rank correlation are used. So sometimes, as we saw in the problem today, advertisement versus sales, you will not be able to exactly understand how sales and advertisement are closely related. Now, for example, if you look into your television sets every day, there are a lot of advertisements that come across your vision. But sometimes that product is not moving. People are not just buying that product. There are certain products where there is no advertisement at all, but people are very much aware about it and they are interested to buy in it. So now what happens here is that in a daily walk of life, there are many factors which may not be related or efficiently connected. In that kind of things where you are not able to measure the variables, we are going for the rank correlation. Now these measures, however, do not imply causation. As I have told you in the beginning itself, the concept of correlation is only in terms of understanding the relationship between the two variables x and y. It is not interested in terms of finding the origin, the cause, the root analysis. We are not going to do that. Why? Because in statistics or in economics, typically, we are trying to understand just the relationship. What makes one variable move across the other variable? We are not interested in how the variable was created, what was the origination of the variable. Next, the knowledge of correlation gives us an idea, especially about the direction and the intensity. These two factors are very, very important. So let me just write down here. The word that you need to learn in correlation is direction and intensity. These two factors matter a lot. Why? Because you need to know in what direction variables are going and you need to know in what intensity are both the variables related. If you do not know the direction, then you will not be able to predict. You will not be able to tell exactly how things have moved, how exactly the factors have been moving in a particular angle. And if you do not know the intensity, then we will not be able to measure the closeness of the data altogether. So that is why by studying the chapter correlation, we are very much interested in terms of finding out the ideology of direction and the intensity between the variables. With this, we come to the end of the session today. I hope and believe the session was very, very interesting, informative and educative. The entire concept of correlation is very important from a statistical standpoint, and even in economics tomorrow when you are going to study about the different news factors, the different things that are happening in the market, in the environment, in the growth altogether, you need to understand all these things. Why? Because they will definitely have a very, very good impact. They will definitely have a serious impact in terms of connecting the various variables that are governing us all together. So please do pay attention, please do build up some time and get into this chapter called correlation. That will always help you to score marks and understand the economic variables altogether. Thank you once again for joining me on this wonderful session. Stay tuned, stay blessed, and stay enlightened forever.